Welcome, everyone, to the LAS Grand Tournament Finals. It's been a long road to get here, and now, here we are. It's time to decide who will be the winners of Season 1 of the LAS. I'm Stripes. I'm here with my great caster buddy, Rav. And joining us a bit later will be we will have a special guest caster in Waff. So, Rav, are you excited as I am?
Absolutely. I get to wear a bow tie in grand finals time. I can't wait to bust them out. I'm ready, Stripes. I'm ready.
I am ready as well. This is going to be really, really fun. Now, due to how all of the seeding worked and whatnot, we actually have a rematch on our hands between the Midnight Gaming Direwolves and the Boosted Bonobos. A rematch of the Masters Finals, I believe, if I am remembering that correctly.
Correct. Absolutely.
That was a really fun series to cast. It was so much fun. I can't wait for the rematch. Hopefully we'll go a full 3 games this time.
Absolutely, just like the finals. And I have a little juicy tidbits to fill you in about that finals, including that some of the picks in that game 1 for the Boosted Bonobos, they didn't want to do.
Ooh.
Accidental picks, yeah.
See,
Wild.
that happens sometimes. You got to roll with it, but we got an entertaining series nonetheless. Now, one major thing that is different from that series to this series is now we're in a new season. We have a new patch. We're on 11.2 right now, which means a certain Ruined King has joined us in the jungle. Isn't that right, Rav?
Absolutely, and if you've been playing at all in the last couple days, as I have, you're seeing him in every single game. So I'm getting really familiar with him. Have you seen him at all, Stripes?
I've seen him a couple times. He's not performed superly well, but mostly I've seen him on the ban list. People are too scared. Surprisingly, supports are too scared to play against him. I have no idea why. I think they're scared of another Pike situation going on. But he's a jungle or solo laner. That's my thought on Viego. But do you think we're going to be able to see him at all today? Do you think either team is going to go for him?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see at least a ban at minimum. So it's gonna at least get some attention. Even though the win rate is hovering, I'm looking right now in Plat Plus in the world. It's around 43%. I haven't seen him perform that badly. He tends to be doing all right in skirmishes and doing pretty good in the jungle, especially with that movement speed buff that you get with that shadow. So the ones that I'm seeing, they're winning 60% of their games, but you know, at the very highest skill levels, he's not doing well. But this is very, very common for any new champion that comes out. Tends to do well in silver and gold. People are not used to playing him, can't find the exploits. But then in Plat Plus, you know, they're able to just play their main champions and just destroy people picking up this new character.
Indeed, I thought going into it, Viego would be the exact opposite of that, because he would struggle very, very early on, but then as time went on, more of the top tier players, some like Platinum and higher, would get a lot better with him because his skill ceiling is so high, especially with his passive. Also, fun little interaction to keep in mind, Viego steals Ornn's passive when he's possessing Ornn. So that means you can just upgrade your team's items. Those ornaments, they're for everybody, not just the enemy team. Just a little something to keep in mind if you're playing jungle and pick Viego into Ornn.
I've heard about it, haven't seen it yet though.
I've seen it on the Vendril channel. It's a channel that goes through all these different league interactions. It's really fun to watch when the new champion's learning about all these small little interactions that not everyone knows about. But that's really good. And with that, we do have some shifts in the meta, specifically down in the bot lane. A lot more ADCs have been coming into viability. It's not just the Jhin, Kai'Sa, Vayne. While Jhin and Kai'Sa are still two of the best ADCs, I've been seeing a lot more openness to play different ADCs, specifically more Aphelios and Misfortune, even though Misfortune has fallen off a little bit. And Samira in there too if you're skilled enough to pull her off.
Never.
Oh, that
Ooh.
sounds like we have our third caster on the desk. Waff, is that you?
It is.
Great timing.
The internet
Welcome,
connection
sir.
couldn't keep me down, bro.
Well, okay, well, you know, these powerful secret groups that control the world will have to control your internet a little bit better to keep you away from this series. This is
Telecom.
grand finals, and I'm just seeing that the teams are ready to go in just a couple of minutes, and I just want to highlight where we've been to get to this point here, the grand tournament finals. This has been months in the making. All throughout earlier in 2020, we started a brand new league. It wasn't imagined before 2020. Brand new league, started off with a preseason tournament, just a single elimination tournament. We've got ourselves a winner, a cult, that they went ahead and won the finals, very successful. And then we had our season 1, which was a round robin event with about, it was around 13 teams, give or take. And now we had the season 1 winners, the Dire Wolves, that we're going to see here in the grand finals. And now we're seeing the boosted Bonobos, who were facing the Dire Wolves in the finals of season 1, back here again. They beat up their sister team, the Bonobos Academy, and then here they are back facing the Midnight Gaming Dire Wolves for our Battle of the Titans. These guys, you can't get them away from each other. All they do is deliver excellent games, excellent series, and I can't wait to interview the winners after we're ready to go. Any last things from you, Stripe, before we get going in these games? These guys are ready to play.
All I gotta say is I hope we got 3 games. I hope we're getting a full 3 games.
Yeah. All right, let's get this going. All right, let's go. Guys.
Here we go.
Exclamation go. We're ready to go.
So, before we swap over, I will need to fix a few little overlays because we have the Dire Wolves on the blue side, as opposed to the red side where I had it set up. So, just one moment. And already we have a Shen ban coming out from the Dire Wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. Shen getting played quite a bit in the top and the support position. Really got a lot of versatility. So seeing that early ban is not unusual. Same with the Maokai and Kai'Sa, all pretty standard bans coming out. Maokai is a little bit new in the LAS series, has gotten prominence doing that AP support build. I know, Waff, you've seen this in the bot lane. He's a monster down there, isn't he?
Maokai,
Oh, yeah.
probably the best. That E little nerf that we got this last patch is, yeah, it stops people from being able to run in. Like, when he stacks his E on Dragon in, like, that river bush, okay? And people can't go there. Like, if you put two or three saplings in that bush, they're done. Like, they will take so much damage coming from that bush. You have that non-targetable CC. The champion is just dumb, bro. Just dumb.
We have a flex pick here coming out initially. We've seen the Pantheon play in both mid lane and in the jungle. So really it depends where Yukimoto decides to play him. He's definitely going to be on the Pantheon. But remember, in the semifinals, he was in the jungle. So they did mix it up, and they were successful. So this could be a repeat of that. He likes playing the Pantheon, hard carry champion for arguably the best player on the team.
Indeed. Pantheon did get a lot of changes. For those who don't remember, he got a massive amount of changes to try and force him out of the support position into the solo lanes. And now we're seeing old school season 10, like early to mid season 10 Pantheon right after his rework. Broken in the solo lanes. Doesn't block turret shots anymore, which is something big. But still, his burst damage is so high. And looks like we're gonna, and I mentioned it beforehand, Aphelios, is going to actually get picked up for the Direwolves.
Wow, I did not expect that. But before we touch on the Aphelios, the Vayne Braum is the same lane picked for the Bonobos in the finals. They did pick that bot lane. They're running it back. They feel comfortable on these champions, and how the Direwolves are going to answer is Aphelios, that late game monster that if you can get there, she can hard carry the team, kind of just like Vayne. They're kind of trying to do the same thing.
Aphelios is probably better right now, I'd say. I'd say that Aphelios with Kraken. You got Pantheon. Like, what the Direwolves are putting together right now, I'm digging it. I think at potential, I don't think Vayne will be able to get out of Pantheon's way. Pantheon, it's a point and click. It's not a skill shot. So they can lock down Vayne. No matter what Braum does, he cannot block Pantheon jumping on the fucking Vayne. So
He cannot.
here we are.
He cannot, but he could try his best to get in the way for the damage to come out. We see the Thresh ban coming out, which is really actually a smart ban, because usually you see Aphelios with Thresh, because Aphelios doesn't have a lot of safety, allows him to step forward and go for some farm, while Thresh just hangs back, drops a lantern at his feet, and when they push up to threaten him, he can just take the lantern back now to safety.
I think the Hecarim's a good choice. That Hecarim's super meta, and that's a really good choice. I'm just not thinking the Vayne Braum.
So they're going for comfort again. I was reviewing the games for earlier in the LAS, and again, it's Season 1 finals. This is the exact same team that they're picking. Vayne Braum Hecarim was in one of their games exactly. So they like these champions, and they've been successful on them. So they're going for comfort. So really, there's been the discussion that we've been having a lot. We were just talking about this yesterday, the decision to go whether for meta versus comfort. What are you better off picking? And how do you strategize your champion selection to bring the most of the team to climb the highest? And really, everyone's got their own strategy, but clearly the Bonobos, they're going for comfort. They're not playing super meta. They're playing what they know best. What got them here, got them to finish first place in Season 1, got them to the finals of Season 1, and now here in the grand finals against the Direwolves.
I like Aurelia.
Aurelia, very, very aggressive top lane pick. Can do decently well into the Pantheon, but that would be an entirely skill matchup if Pantheon is going top lane. We still don't know for sure where he's going. He could go support, he could go top, he could go jungle. But with the Poppy, I don't think he's going top. Although Poppy could flex around as well.
So it was a really good pick because the Bonobos are showing 4 AD champions. So you were looking to pick someone that can build some armor. Poppy definitely fills that void. That is going to be Poppy top, as we have seen reverse play Poppy, and that is going to be Pantheon in the jungle. So just from watching this Direwolves teams, that's what it's going to be. And then Panzer Valari on his first love, Rakan, who is often first banned by opposing teams and joked about being banned earlier. Now he gets to pick it in the last position. Talk about comfort. He's back at home on a beanbag chair with 2 beers in each hand.
So something else I really want to mention about this top lane matchup between... What is this? An Aatrox pick?
Aurelia mid.
It seems like it's probably going to end up being Aurelia mid.
Listen, I actually think it's really good. Direwolves want a team fight, and the Bonobos have a lot of. They have answers. They have answers. Braum has the ability that when they want a team fight, he put his Q on as many of them as possible. That will shut that shit down. Hecarim, Aurelia will be able to dive the back line. They can only CC so many. This is really about the Direwolves actually just performing. Like, they have to outplay. I think that their comp is...
So,
I don't know if it's good.
I think the biggest factor of it all is going to be reverse on this Poppy. Mostly because of Poppy's W. For those who don't know, for those who've forgotten, Poppy's W gives her a movement speed steroid, and it cancels all dashes, knocks them up, grounds them, and slows them for trying to dash within the radius. Who here on the Bonobos has a dash? I'll give you a hint. Everybody. While some are more prominent than others, being Hecarim, Braum, and Aurelia, it's still very important that if any of them tries to dash away, they get grounded, they get knocked up, they get slowed. Easy to collapse upon. So Reverse can easily lock someone down and prevent all means of escape for a few seconds. Perfect for setting up ganks, perfect in team fights, isolating targets. Not to mention, when going for objectives, a well-placed Poppy ultimate can knock so many people away, including the enemy Hecarim, knocking a smite fight out of the picture, giving Yuki the distinct advantage.
Can we talk armor? Can that happen, please, this game?
That's what I was thinking about. And I was also thinking that perhaps Panzer Valari should have taken a tank support that he could make armor with. And even though his Thresh was banned, so that is his primary tank support.
Galio.
Yeah. Maybe like an Alistar could have also worked.
Alistar is a really, really strong pick in the meta right now. However, I do think that the lack of AP on the Bonobos side might come back to bite them in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
It's all going to come down to, can they get a big enough lead for them being all AD to not matter. And it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard to do that.
If boosted Bonobos get a goddamn lead, it's over. Like they might just run away with it. Hecarim powering up, getting fed is not good. Aurelia powering up, getting fed is not good. If a Nico gets fed, I'm not so worried. Like a Poppy gets fed, still not so worried. Aphelios is a good answer to a lot of things.
Pantheon too.
Yeah, but
that's two.
He's gonna have to play really good. He's gonna have to get in.
That's two really strong carries for the Direwolves as opposed to 4 on the Bonobos. That's the thing you gotta worry about. That's the thing you gotta watch out for. So we are going to see how this all goes down as we are getting into the rift currently, as it is loading up. Gotta make sure everything is working properly.
As you guys were discussing, the Bonobos, they have an engaged team with Aatrox, Hecarim, Aurelia, Vayne, Braum. They have very short range, but they have to get in. Whereas the Direwolves, they're going to want to counter engage and look for the Bonobos to overextend. And Poppy really plays extremely well into that. Once the Bonobos engage, a well-timed Poppy ult that hits 2 members could instantly make a 5-on-5 into a 5-on-3, in which then you can turn right around with Pantheon and your Rakan and go ahead and counter and win that team fight. It's going to be a back and forth, and we're going to see how these two teams massage this map to their own advantage.
Key things I want to point out. We got TP advantage coming over to the Dire Wolves. They have 2 TPs as compared to 1. Nico is going to be running Dark Harvest, and the Vayne has pulled Cleanse. Very scared of Nico, Pantheon, and the Cleanse is definitely not for lane, because you cannot cleanse out of a knockup. You can cleanse out of the Rakan ultimate charm, but that's basically it.
Yeah, you know what? I think we have we're in a position right now where we're going to see two good teams go at it. I want to see violence. Show me violence.
Just 2 swords, no shields.
There we go.
Yeah, no armor, like a episode of Vikings. Oh, who's gonna be the Chandler? Who's gonna be the hooker, bro?
Yes,
That's a
or
UFC reference.
exactly. You can even go Poirier and McGregor, right? You know,
That
same
was
sort of
devastating. Still blown away. Still blown away by it.
reference.
Well, now we are on to the Rift. It's time to see who will come out on top. Will the Direwolves seek revenge for the Masters and find it? Or will the Bonobos beat them down once again? Time to find out as we look for it to see if there's going to be any level 1 action.
Was there any Gragas band in that game?
No.
No.
Devastated by the lack of Gragas priority.
I haven't seen either team play Gragas in the entire.
We need to
league.
respect them.
Key-
Come on.
Key
Listen,
things.
We're devastating. We're devastated.
Key things to keep in mind with how the meta has been shifted as pro play has come back. Gragas top has been highly prioritized. Mostly as a counter to Renekton, who has also been highly prioritized.
We got the Koreans and the Chinese laughing at us, bro. We can't even beat the Europeans anymore. We need to get our stuff together. This is not what I want to see. We gotta.
Speaking of the Europeans, do you really want to legitimize Ivern top again? Like,
No. But Wonder's on some of that weird stuff. He's
Hey.
probably spent a little bit too much time in like Poland or wherever the heck.
no. He got that influence from Kryze from XL. Because Kryze pulled it out first, as we do get a little bit of an engage in the bot lane.
Ivern's broken right now too. Panzer getting it. He's got some post-election anger.
Absolutely, being able to land that knock up. You know, when you land that first skill shot in the game, makes you feel confident, makes you want to go in. And there, Poppy being able to get the best of that trade, hasn't even built up any armor yet. Just that Doran's shield, able to knock around Aatrox like a red-headed stepchild or some sort of demon
It's
up there in the top lane.
It's that passive from Poppy. Every like 12 or so seconds at this level, Poppy gets a ranged auto attack and throws out her buckler, her shield. And if it kills a unit, she picks it up automatically. Or if not, she just goes, picks it up, gets a little bit of a shield. That helps you out in trade. Not to mention adding grasp on top of that. Give you so much sustain in this lane to win it early on. As we do look to see that there's a bit of a gank coming down in the bot side.
Absolutely. The pings are out here. Ferris is going in.
Ooh, good flash
Flash is gonna
from
be knocked out.
good flash
Knocked
from
up
Very
gonna go.
Wet. Good
Absolutely.
flash from Very Wet. He does get hit with the Hecarim E, but he is not knocked back into the vein, and Braum able to escape. Especially with that Braum Q hitting, it was dangerous. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Vincent is running super low on mana, and Sora will get a free Dark Harvest proc.
Yep, so it's about 8 minutes on that flash that is going to be down for Aphelios. So let's keep an eye on that. Very Wet down, that key summoner in the
Ooh.
bot lane. But that's not going to stop them. The Midnight Gaming Direwolves are looking to set up a play on bottom, and it's going to be a counter gank. Here, Ferris is coming in on the horse, but what's going to stop the horse is the Spartan. And Ferris is going to be in all kinds of trouble. He's got double buffs, and he's got minions attacking him, chasing him all the way around. Whoa! Rakan being able to get in there, knocking it down.
Yuki actually sniped out Ferris with the spear, managing to get first blood onto the Pantheon, and that's what you want to do. Hecarim did pop Ghost. Flashes came out from both Panzer and Yuki, who popped the cleanse, but there's still a distinct summoner spell advantage in the bot lane for the Bonobos. Perhaps another gank down here will end up being super successful for the Bonobos, since it's going to be very hard for Panzer and Very Wet to get out of it.
Well, they were able to get that push, and even though Aphelios wasn't able to secure that kill, they're going to go back. They're going to take an early back here. They really didn't want a back with the wave in this position. They felt it necessary This is the bot lane of the Direwolves playing safe there. They're gonna miss CS, but this is a calculated decision. This is some of the decisions which helps decide early laning phase, and they're going ahead and making it, getting that early pickaxe on the Aphelios to be able to trade a little bit more of an even keel with the Vayne.
Look at Vayne. Look at Vayne's build. He also knows he's going to be playing conservative. He knows he's going to get poked. Playing shield. He knows what's up.
Yep,
Some
good call out there.
another build I want to look at is the Pantheon. A lot in solo queue, you see Eclipse Pantheon, not the better Pantheon. It's Gore Drinker Pantheon, and that's what Yuki is going to be building right now with the Iron Spike Whip. So he's definitely going to go for the Gore Drinker. You can see a distinct advantage in items thanks to the First Blood from Pantheon. And here's that gank coming out. Exhaust coming out onto Very Wet.
They're going to see if it's going to be a charm. Hecarim's getting in. Remember, Aphelios does not have flash. It is back down. Very Wet. It's almost going down. He's oh so close, and Vayne's going to be able to pick that up. He's going to go for a second. Hecarim's going to go ahead and tank it, and he's going to be able to get the double kill. Vayne now with the double kill, setting themselves up.
Ooh!
Wow, Soren Yaga is going to be able to counter this. Stripes, this action just keeps going down.
Everyone's
world pro. Where's Tom Cruise?
So right now it is a 3 for 3, and as the fight keeps going on, we'll see if Lynx can get some more. Tap on the ultimates coming out, and no, Yuki is going to take down the Aatrox. A 4 for 3 in the bot lane, favoring the Direwolves. What a bloodbath!
You were right, Stripes. That Pantheon. There it is.
And a champion that is known for needing a quick start and can really impact the game when he has it. 3-0 now, like you said, has that Iron Whip. Iron Spike Whip, and sitting on gold from 2 additional kills as well. So Yukimoto is in the driver's seat of this game, and the gold of the Direwolves are put in their early game jungler's hands. Let's see what he does with this, if he can get some early objectives or an early gold lead. They have neither so far.
We're looking for a Kyle Busch or something, but we're not looking for like a Dale Earnhardt Jr. We do not want
Here.
that.
Whoa, Irelia not looking to crash at all. She does not burn up. She gets the kill, gets the checkered flag, and that's going to be 1-0. Not only 23 CS up, but a kill. And she's going to be getting a turret plate in mid lane, as well as going to be going back to the base shortly to purchase some items and continue her lead over Sorenyaga on the Nico.
Indeed, that solo kill was massive. However, in the bot side, Yuki did get Dragon, but he's going to engage on this right now.
Might have got the Dragon, but Braum got the hell out of there. And he is not going to be letting him in to this house. But who's going to be coming in? It's for like a 5th time. Hecarim, once again, going to be landing the 2, going to be trying to finish the other one, and all these kills going on to Vayne. That's now 4, and then a second kill over to Aurelia, and this game is going directly around the bot lane. Guys, this is being won or lost in this bottom lane, and we're seeing it right in front of our eyes.
Very West should have realized the pattern being done at that point, right? If you have two to three ganks coming down bot lane, you have to realize your flash not being up. Well, it's up now, but you have to realize it's on. It's camp time. Get out the s'mores, get out the hot dogs. You know Hecarim's going to be up in that booty.
Indeed. Now the gold lead has gone up to nearly just a little over 2,500 now. Vincent not pulling any punches in this mid lane matchup. Sora already decided to go with the plated steel caps, help with a little bit defensiveness against the opposing team composition.
Good wards on the race though. Red ward on blue raid. They got vision on Pam, so they know he's going top.
Both teams have wards scattered all across the map. Absolutely.
Despite that, Ferris is deciding to try and go for the Rift Herald. He is going to start it up. Does have lane priority in the top lane, and he will get some help from Lynx.
But he knew that Pantheon was going.
But because of that lane priority that Stripes was saying, pushed in the top wave is Aatrox and able to go down and help. And unless Pantheon goes in there alone, does not have the team presence to be able to challenge this. So this should be going over. And it was a smite fight picked up from Hecarim, and Pantheon's gonna fight, and it's an 0 for 2. Didn't get any of those objectives, and diving inside the mid. Aurelia's under turret. Nico being able to get out, but who's not getting out is Poppy.
She got out. What do you
Getting
mean?
out is back to the turret.
Sora getting a good ultimate while Vincent was under the tower, keeping himself alive. Didn't result in much, but kind of dissuaded Vincent from following up, going for another solo kill. All in all, it was pretty good. However, Rakan still isn't level 6 yet. Meanwhile, Braum is, and both these supports have quite impactful ultimates. Now the 6 is coming online. Now he's ready for a hard engage, but look what's happening in the in the bottom river. Look who's sitting there. It's a Hecarim.
He's got that s'mores out, bro.
Indeed.
Direwolves do have vision. They do see Hecarim here. They are setting up this counter gank. This is the second time that they're setting up. Hecarim's going in, but now they're targeting the Vayne instead. Pantheon heading on towards the back. Not one's gone down. Very Wet's taken out Lofton on the Braum. It's just going to be a single kill over towards the Direwolves.
Good juggling. Good juggling of aggro.
It was a very good juggling of aggro. And Panzer made a really good play, knocking up both members of both Braum and Vayne, preventing any follow-up to the Hecarim's engage, which allowed Ferris to get isolated and easily picked up by Very Wet. Now the Cephalios is on the board. He's getting closer to getting an item that's either going to be Gale Force or Kraken Slayer, or probably Kraken. It might be Kraken Slayer, or if he really wants to turn out those true damage on hits, or Gale Force if he needs that little bit more mobility. Meanwhile, we can safely assume that Vayne is going to want to go for Kraken Slayer, one of the best items, increasing her true damage numbers.
I feel like Very Wet will want to go Kraken, and I feel like Panzer's big play there, where I agree with you, is strong play. But I feel like his better play was the one right after that, where he literally jumped to them. They took turns zoning Vayne so Very Wet could drop the DPS. They're going to have to reproduce that literally time and time again to actually get back in this game. They're going to have to juggle aggro, because right now...
Hard engage in the mid lane.
Yeah, Nico missing the ult there. Pantheon's going to try to get out, but he's going to be not long for this world. It's now Bonobos being able to get that kill over and should be transitioning either over to a bot gank or the dragon. And they're going to decide to take this objective to even out the dragons. So they're going to take their gold lead, even out the dragons, and go into this mid game with a slight lead. There's some things that are guaranteed in life, gentlemen. Death, taxes, and an excellent series between the Bonobos and the Direwolves. These are guaranteed.
Agreed.
Indeed, Sora trying to get sneaky with it, but it didn't work. He just gets collapsed on, trying to use the cloak to run through the entirety of the Bonobos team that's in mid lane. Didn't really work out. And that's going to be first turret, as Shelly here is just going to destroy it herself.
So let's figure this out. Aurelia's gonna hard push mid. Nico hasn't been able to roam or to answer anything Aurelia or the jungler's doing. So they're in a way pretty much making Nico sit mid, and he's not being able to respond. So then the 2v2s from Hecarim and Aatrox, or the 3v3s with Hecarim in the bot lane, it just seems like it's stronger. Like they're just stronger combo.
I completely agree. That's exactly what's happening, and that's where the Bonobos are strong. It's through this mid lane. It's through their Vayne. That's where they have their gold leads, and you can see already accelerating that gold from that first tower going down in the mid lane with that Rift Herald. Gold being shared between the Aurelia and the jungler. So she has the Sheen and the Blade of the Ruin King, and also does not have any gold built up, so just has that item and a half, almost has that 2 items, so that will be the key moment for, we have a dive in top lane. Aatrox being able to go right under tower, and a single more shot is not going to be enough to trade it back. Poppy going down in the top.
That was That was a very aggressive play by Lynx and was very risky. If Poppy nailed the knockup right on time as Aatrox tried to flash in. If he was E'd into the tower quicker, he might have not been able to get out in time because he committed the flash to engage instead of disengage from the turret. But he was able to hit it. Gore Drinker and Triumph getting him enough health to survive, and Yuki is sitting in this bot brush for another lane gank.
Aatrox did not care at all, eh?
He did not. Now, there are some key things I want to point out, and those will be items coming online. Right now, we have a mythic score of 3-1 in favor of the Bonobos. That's Gore Drinker, Trinity Force, and Kraken Slayer. As an engage is coming out in the bot lane.
Okay. Yeah.
It's going to be a whole lot into the Braum, who's going to take a whole lot before going down. He's going to go ahead and counter with the ult.
Oh!
Teleport is canceled, and that's going to be very, very key, as now it is still a 3v2 with Aurelia running down, and as her the by far strongest person in this game. We're having action here in top lane.
Oh, Rohan has been called, bro.
Yeah, Ferris did not like that his top laner's TP got canceled, and he wanted revenge for the Poppy. A good flash from reverse. He would have been able to get out if Ferris didn't commit the ultimate to follow up on him.
So
Still, really good play, but ultimately the Bonobos come out on top.
There's only one answer at this point. I think they need to dump all resources in the very wet, and then just start praying towards the east, bro. Pray towards Mecca and hope for the best, because this is not looking good.
Absolutely towards the west, towards Mecca, and
The west or east, bro?
that's what they've been doing.
Is it west or east?
Well,
We're far enough away, it's either direction.
no, actually, it's very specific. I'm
No,
pretty
that
sure
is.
it's part of their religion.
Yes, it's 100% all faith same.
So that has been what's happening. Pantheon has gone 3 times in the bot lane through the lane to set up a counter gank. Twice was successful, as we saw about a minute or two ago, was not just going down there. So that has been the key. Knowing bot lane is the focus, and they keep trying to play around the bot, but now it seems Paris on the Hecarim is more than happy to leave those 4 kills on Vayne and start going around the map and helping out the rest of his team, and it's working with Aurelia so strong. And this second item is going to be completed any minute now, and she won't be able to be stopped if she gets there.
Second item on Hecarim. Sorry, Stripes. What do you think the second item on Hecarim is?
That's looking to... I'm not too familiar with bruiser items. I don't play a lot of them in the mid lane, but it's looking to be a Sterax gauge if I was going to guess.
That or maybe a Death Stance, right?
No, Death Stance doesn't build out a Phage or a pickaxe.
Okay.
Or it could be a Hydra, but this Dragon is getting started up.
I want to see Braum go out to lead him.
Oh! It's stolen!
They were able to do it, and counter fight is going on. Midnight Gaming looks like they're going to be getting the best, but Bonobos are coming out through the back end. Aatrox is doing all kinds of damage. He's big. He's strong. He's got the ult. He's got Drinker. What more could he need? And he gets CC. Reverse is trying to do more in the back end.
Oh!
Just being able to pick it up. Gets a key shutdown there at the end. 550 gold going over towards Poppy as Aatrox chases down the level 9 Pantheon. He can run and hide, but this turret, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Does he get the outplay? Guys? Is this where it all begins?
Absolutely not.
No, it is not. It is a 5-4-3 in favor of the Bonobos, but there were some key shutdowns that the Direwolves managed to get. Goal lead is still hovering around that 7,000 mark, so it's very important to keep in mind. Gore Drinker Pantheon is coming through. He does get the Bramble Vest. Poppy has the Bramble Vest. There's still not, in my opinion, still not enough grievous wounds on this team. You need Aphelios to get Executioners.
yeah.
You need Nico to get
Yeah.
Oblivion Orb. This Aatrox is gonna be a problem if you don't get Grievous Wounds, especially if he gets a 4 or 5 man Gore Drinker hit with his ultimate up. He can heal 2/3, if not all of his health back.
One of them. Somebody needs anti-heal. Like, this comp screams healing.
Well, second piece was just picked up by Pantheon, the second Bramble Vest. That's all there is. I know you guys are just going to say that's not enough, but that's all they can get as of right now. Both mid lane and 80 carry starved for gold as this top tower is now going to go down. All tier 1s are down for the Bonobos. 8,500 gold as the Baron is now on the map, and we're shifting to a new point of the game. Direwolves have been really good in the teamfight phase as they set up this dive. 3-on-2. They don't see that the Hecarim is right there. Who's going to go ahead and try to change this battle. Panzer is going to be going golden, but it's not going to be enough. As you can see, this top and jungle are not going down. They keep healing, like you guys were saying. The lifesteal is going, and gone. This Aatrox just keeps healing up. Woo!
Oh! Oh, and they screwed up! Oh my god! That's a double kill for the Poppy! Oh my god. Okay. There's a lot.
I had to put my mouth guard. What? I didn't know I had to put my mouth guard in. It's wild.
There's a lot to digest at the in that fight. So, it was a 2v2. Braum was coming down to try and help. However, he got cut off by both Yuki and Very Wet, forcing him to use the Unbreakable there and then get away. He was not able to join that fight. However, both Reverse and Sora were chunked out super low and were forced under their tier 2 turret. The Ghost was popped from Ferris, trying to get him to come down and blow up Sora. However, right before Sora got hit with a Hecarim charge, he was managed to get his E out and root Ferris after his dash was completed. He then went golden to prevent either of them from killing him because he wasn't stunned. But then he became stunned when Reverse charged him into the wall and hit him with his Q, and that was one kill. Meanwhile, Lynx greeted to clean it up, but it ended up biting him in the butt when Reverse got another kill and more shutdown on this Poppy as a fight's going down in the bot lane.
Hecarim getting caught out here in the try, and ults are going to be popped up here.
Whoa, Panzer.
To get the knock up. Yeah,
Whoa,
but does not want to go too far. But here we're having action in the mid lane. We're seeing Vayne going down to less than half health, so that's some good damage onto the primary Bonobos before this dragon fight. Half health now. Let's see if they decide to challenge for this one. Both teams seem a little bit unsure whether they want to go hard for this dragon or not. Both seem content to leave a ward or two and just to go back farming. What do you guys think?
Do you think that top lane play is a comeback? You think that's it? You think that's the start?
I think
that could be. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I definitely think that it's going to be a start. However, if you really want to start the comeback, look at that bounty on Vincent. You need to take him down. You need to take down this Aurelia. Easier said than done, of course. But if you take down this Aurelia, that's 1,000 gold plus all the assist gold coming out of it. Especially if you get that onto Very Wet, he's instantly completed Runons. He's working his way towards IE. And if you
fight, let's get spicy.
Here they have Poppy in the front. Going to go ahead and channel the ult. Knocks out one. Dragon's at 2,000 health, and we're going to have an engage in the back line. We're having the mid lane Vincent tearing it up in the back. We're having Paris being able to secure that dragon for their second. Pantheon is going back, and the Direwolves are trying to salvage any members they can. Excellent move there to be able to get some people out, but Reverse is having a hard time. He's going to end up staying just a little bit too late, as well as Pantheon nowhere left to go. Lynx and Lofton, they're going to do their darndest to knock this guy out. Whoa.
Gore Drinker works both ways, ladies and gentlemen. Gore Drinker works both ways. The Pantheon's Gore Drinker allowed him to keep him standing to take down the Aatrox, but with that helpful back, you managed to go back and finish off Black Cleaver.
Stripes, Rav. I got something. I figured it out. This ain't your regular silver ranked solo queue game, okay? This is the goddamn LAS Grand Tournament Finals. We're seeing crazy shit, right? You gotta tell your mom, tell your aunt, tell your brother. I don't give a shit. It's fucking happening right now. The shit is going down. Direwolf might be
Definitely,
able to bring it back.
you definitely want to go outside your bubble to explain how good this LAS is and how much of a great league it is. And I'm just joking, of course. I just mean through direct communication, of course. Lest
Shun your bubble.
any social media take us down.
On your bubble. Tell the people. Tell the masses about this.
Whoa, League Amateur Series. Shout it from the rooftop. Go.
Woo! I'm gonna Ric Flair woo it in a second. I'm gonna
seeing Chandler last night got my inner Ric Flair on. Michael Chandler, absolutely.
I have children in the house. I don't want them waking up.
So,
Dad, why are you yelling? What's going on? Is something wrong?
Very Wet forced a flash. Can I just say we have some key items that came out, and no, they are not legendary. No, they're not complete items. We have Grievous Wounds on both the Nico and the Aphelios. Executioners and Oblivion Orb coming out as boosted Bonobos are starting the Baron.
They were probably listening to the cast, got some good ideas, as Ferris is going to stay on at 9,000 health. He's not losing a whole lot tanking this Baron, but here Poppy is in.
They got a kite for Very Wet. They have to protect Very Wet.
Oh, Ooh is taken down super low.
No. Where's Very Wet?
He's over here, but Poppy's already went down to the back, but Aatrox is going to try to go right to the middle of the team. The Mordrick is going to try to keep him alive as well as with the ult, but he's going to go down. He really is in the back line. He's going to be able to get one, but no, Panzer's be able to get out. For having Yukimoto's going to go down. It's a wow. What was that? 4 for 1? 4 for 1.
That was
absolutely.
That was a 3 for 1. Panzer managed to get out with his life.
Okay. Yeah.
However, we'll see if Sora will try any risky business, try anything for this Baron stop. Throws out a E, decides it's not worth his life. Needs to defend. That's 4 Baron buffs. Everyone except for the Aatrox does have one. Ooh was also lucky to get out with his life. Nearly taken down by the dive, but the peel was too strong.
Reverse tried to make a play onto the Vayne and got Vayne down to about 20% health, but just was able to squeak out before Poppy was going down. Just does not have the tank to survive against 3 members hitting him. And because they couldn't get the Vayne out of the fight initially with that engage, it was just downhill from there.
One person has to push the Vayne or push some threats off. They have to turn. They cannot leave Very Wet alone. They can't. Each time they jump on him with 2 people, Aurelia by herself can take out Aphelios. So they need to be able to shun the one of the damage dealers and then concentrate on the other. They have to burst down his 4 and then turn on the rest. They juggle the aggro. That's the only way they're going to come back. They are not winning when they have to separate. When they've separated Aphelios and Nico, and then Pantheon and Poppy are diving. It's just not working for them.
You need to take down this Aurelia. If Pantheon can get a good flank and blow up the Vayne, then that's a really, really big play. But you need the Poppy to be there for the Aurelia, especially with that W, able to knock the Aurelia up, shut down her train of Qs that she wants to try and pull off. Stop her stacking of her passive, so it's much, much easier for her to get taken down.
They need to BJJ the bush. That's what we call it. Bush Jitsu, okay? You get in the bush, you scan the bush, you jump out from the bush, you kill them.
Otherwise, meaning what Lofton is doing right now?
Well, they're about to find out.
Oh, Panzerfrau Vincent isolated.
Oh, that's it.
I like the choice. They decide to leave Dragon and go onto Vincent, but he's oh so strong with the Sterix Gauge, and he's barely able to go down. He can't. Yukimoto's going down first. Very West's going to go down in the back, and they make a calculated play to go for the mid laner, but they couldn't do it. She was way too big. Look at her stats towards everyone else. and it's going to be the Bonobos pushing with Baron right down the middle. Guys, it's going to be a miracle if the Direwolves are not out for the 3 count here.
It really needs to be perma-banned. I'd say Hecarim needs to be banned. I think everybody else is manageable. Like Vayne can be
You're-
dealt with. It really seems like it's gonna happen.
They need to stall out for the rest of these cooldowns to come online. Lofton does get taken down. However,
That's a good early.
people are super low. Sora's now alive. Vincent does get taken down. That's a shutdown. Out over to the Pantheon. 1,000 gold, and he wants more. He
Yeah,
is
Pantheon's
not
going right in.
satisfied.
Well, Yukimoto, he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points left, but he's going to try as he might. Sora and Yaga's trying to do damage on the back end. So is Very Wet, but they're so all behind. They have items, they just don't have as good items. But Very Wet says, no, we shall do more. We shall overcome. We shall press forward. And they are not going down yet. Only one inhibitor down, and the Direwolves have not said enough. They are like Moss. They are everywhere.
That is an ace for the Direwolves. They are still 12,000 gold down, but key shutdowns came here. The Vincent finally went down. The shutdown went over to the Pantheon. More kills came out, giving more gold over to this Aphelios and the Nico. Nico now in the positive with the KD, looking to see if they can get some more fights like this. More and more items are coming online. Randuin's has now come online, which is going to make it much harder for the Vayne. The more armor that gets stacked up on this Poppy will make it so she is so much harder to take down without the Vayne because of Vayne's passive true damage.
Stripes, did you hear Rav there? I love that. Perfect. You know how invasive Moss really is?
It's really annoying.
It's actually perfect.
It's really annoying. As Sora may have overstepped a little bit,
Just
but he does
smiling.
manage to get out. Yuki was hovering him for safety.
I love it. Good one.
It's the small things, right?
It is. It's the details. It's the details.
Alright.
Yeah, well,
Okay, let's play a game called Where's the Gold? There's a 12,000 gold lead, but where is this lead actually come from? I'll tell you right now, 0 of it is in the top lane. The gold is even, barely favoring a reverse in the top lane. In fact, Hecarim only has a 1k gold lead, but if you look at the bottom half of the map, 5,000 gold lead for the Aurelia, 3,000 gold lead for the Vayne as they dive up onto Ferris, who gets a little greedy. We'll commit
absolutely. Landing 2 CCs. Paris already down to half. But remember, he's not one of those key targets. He wants to be the one engaged. As long as he gets out, Yukimoto here onto the back end. He's so close to going down. Brahm's not going to be able to take that out. We're going to have the Direwolves be able to pick up one. And they're able to take out Lockton, a single one over. And this is sliding also forward, but it's not over yet. Vincent is going to go into the back line, and he's going to charge all of these members. And with this Sterix Cage, it's going to be enough to keep him alive. Sora and Yaga is going to be here in the back end and is not going to be able to get out of that now. The clean ace for the Bonobos, and there's not much stopping them. Very little, in fact, between them and Game 2 with a 1-0 lead.
You know, this is the horse movie they didn't want, but this is the horse movie they got. They got Rohan